Hello everyone, my name's Jalise. This is the JJ Movie TV Show / Game Reviews. And right now I'm finally doing the Indiana Jones series. I'm going to give what I liked about each movie, the worst to the best, and overall what I think about Indiana Jones. Alright, let me just say, Indiana Jones is a classic treasure. I love Indiana Jones, the first three films. And I love each one, and it's very hard to rank the first three films. The fourth one, we all know how that's ranked. But I will do a review on the fourth one, too. Okay, I got the entire one on widescreen edition on DVD, not on Blu-ray. I got this one. It was awesome. So, yeah, I'm going to start off with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, Raiders of the Lost Ark is basically nearly everyone's favorite Indiana Jones film. To me, it's my least of the three original Indiana Jones movies. I'm sorry, I like Temple of Doom and Last Crusade a lot more than this. But here's the thing, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you go from South America to all the way to Cairo. You go from South America all the way to Cairo. Indiana Jones. This probably is my favorite beginning of an Indiana Jones film. Raiders of the Lost Ark has my favorite beginning. The whole boulder coming down on you, the traps everywhere, South America. I hate snakes, Chuck. I hate them. I love that. I loved how Harrison Ford was playing very scared of snakes. I liked the supporting cast of Sala. I liked him. The best Indiana Jones girl, Marion, is quirky. She's cool. She's awesome. The villain, Belloq and Brody, I believe. Basically, the Raiders of the Lost Ark is basically defined where the Ten Commandments were stored, which is the Ark that was stored in. And basically they're trying to find that. It's like a great archaeological find that everyone wants to find it. So, in this entire film, Indiana Jones is facing another French archaeologist named Belloq, and he's trying to get the Lost Ark before he could discover it, so it could be in a museum, and Belloq doesn't believe that. Belloq believes he's the exact person like Indiana Jones, except he takes it a little bit more extreme. Well, he takes it to the next level. He doesn't care he has to go through. Indiana Jones does. And I love the villains in this. I loved it, and I love the beginning. I love the middle. Just the end. I like the end where they open the Ark and the guys melt their face off. I liked that. That was cool, but there was something missing about this movie that could have been so... The ending to me didn't satisfy me. I like that part, but I wish at least Belloq covered his eyes just like Indiana Jones Marion did. And basically he does that. Gets loose, tries to close the Ark. Well, they close the Ark, but let's just say Belloq and a couple other soldiers, he's like, I'm still gonna sell this. I want to sell this somewhere where it can never be opened though. And Indiana Jones says just like, get rid of it, in other words. Or something like that. I wish I had a better epic fight scene like in other movies. And I like the special effects, like I said, the melting faces. But that was a little cheap and all. But overall, I love the entire movie. What can I say? They had a great girl. They had a great beginning. The end didn't... I'm sorry, it didn't satisfy me. I like the melting faces. It didn't satisfy me. Out of a 10, a 9.6 out of 10. I love this film. The second Indiana Jones film is The Temple of Doom. Now, I love the beginning, the middle, and the end of this film. To me, this was nearly the complete Indiana Jones film. I don't know if it's my first or second favorite, and a lot of people don't like Temple of Doom because, one of the main girls, Willie, is an annoying girl. She complains about every single thing. She's a stuck-up white woman, basically, and right near India and China. Basically, it starts off Shanghai. Indiana Jones is trying to receive payment for something he's done. He gets in a little fight with the Chinese people right there. He takes the girl with him along because she worked there. Gets her out because they're about to kill her too. Also, he's helped by a little Asian dude called Shorty, or Short Round, as you call a Short Round, and he's basically a comedic thing. He's like, no, Dr. Jones, you cheat me, and all that stuff. And I love that entire film. And then their plane crashes, and I hate Willie for what she says. And the movie almost makes me laugh, but it's Lord of the Lost Ark because of Willie, the main actress. She is useless. The character is useless at all. I love the places. I loved India. Basically, it's this entire story is about in India when they crashed. There's these sacred stones that basically helped the part of India where everything grows and everything. And there's this tribe called the Thuggee. Yes, I know, stupid title, but Thuggee worship Kal and make human sacrifices and all that stuff, and they take the humans to mine some of the temples to basically justify more of the stones to have ultimate power over everyone and to be as strong as they were before. And Indiana Jones tries to free the children, tries to be there, and I really love this movie. The beginning was great, the middle was funny, the end was great. I love the fight scene at the end. This was to me a better ending than Raiders of the Lost Ark, but Raiders of the Lost Ark had a better beginning. Now, overall, I enjoyed this film. The main villain was good. And out of a 10, I give this like a 9.7 or 9.8. I love this film. I love Short Round, love Willie could go, yeah, she could go away. I will defend this film like I'll defend Star Wars Phantom Menace, because a lot of people hate Star Wars Phantom Menace because of Jar Jar Binks. A lot of people hate Temple of Doom because of Willie. Always judge a movie on its whole, and I still love this movie. So Temple of Doom, 9.7. I like Spread and Raiders Lost Ark. Sorry, people. Next up is Indiana Jones and Last Crusade. This is technically my favorite, or is Temple of Doom. I don't know which one. I always go back and forth. What made this film so great, they introduced some old characters like Sala. Sala returns. Marcus is here. He's actually participating. The scenery is Venice, mostly. Mostly Venice, and I loved him in Venice. Okay, the villain in this one is Dr. Elsa Snyder. Basically, she's working just as you all know. Indiana Jones takes nearly the place of Hitler's times, and Indiana Jones get an autograph signed by Hitler. And it's also about the Holy Grail of immortality. Who could find it first? Since Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones is obsessed, a father obsessed with medieval times. The Nazis kidnap his father, which is played by Sean Connery, and which is played by Professor Henry Jones, and he's the exact opposite of Indiana Jones. He carries an umbrella. He's not used to violence, not used to people killing him, and he calls him Junior, and it's just funny, hilarious. You can see a young version of Indiana Jones and how he wore the stuff. I do have a couple of complaints at the beginning. Like I said, Raiders of the Lost Ark has the best beginning of all the Indiana Jones film. And the entire film, it really goes into great detail of like the past of Indiana Jones, who he was, why he does this, his relationship with his father, which is tremendously funny, good chemistry, and we understand it, and we love it. The girl in this one, Dr. Elsa Snyder, she's technically the villain in this one, which I was glad they used her because she was seemed useless at the beginning. So it explained why she was a villain. At the end, she didn't want to burn like books for knowledge. She wanted everything because everything was pure, but she worked on Nazis because she chose that side. And at the end, we know her fate. She basically fell because basically it was the obsession over anything if it's worth your life, and that's what Sean Connery and Harrison Ford are doing in this movie as Indiana Jones and his father. Was it really worth it if not for like who we are, who we were? There are other things that are more important in life. And this film was tremendous. I love this film, Last Crusade. I like this better than Raiders Lost Ark. It's kind of a tie between my first film, Last Crusade, or Raiders Lost Ark. I mean Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. I love those two films. I'm a 10. I give this a 9.7, 9.8. I love this film. Now, original trilogy, I would have given this entire trilogy a freaking 9.7 or 9.8 out of 10. I love this entire trilogy. Absolutely classic, but they brought it back in 2006, I believe. Let me see right here. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And it was made in 2008, sorry. I never wanted another Indiana Jones film, not really. And Harrison Ford returning, I thought, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And it brought back a lot of old school stuff. We learned that Sean Connery's character, Indiana Jones' father, Marcus, are dead. And it really goes on through the times of like the 1957s. Basically, this one, Indiana Jones is old. The world is changing around him. The American government doesn't trust him no more. They're calling everyone communist. He seems less appreciated by some, but you get to meet some interesting supporting characters. Mac is who's been with Indiana Jones for a long time. We get basically a Russian woman. I forgot her name. She's forgettable. Who is basically played by Kate Blanchett, which she's always good. Basically, they want basically a crystal skull, which very much looks like an alien skull, and it's the root of all knowledge. She's seeking knowledge of all power, power of the mind, and she wants that. So she's trying to find all this. We get to see certain kid we get to see the storage area at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and this where they're looking for this one specific alien head. Throughout that time, I thought they were going to look for the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I thought, you know what, interesting plot twist. Good news is Marion returns. We find out that they were about to be married, Indiana Jones, a little past theirs, and Shia LaBeouf is Indiana Jones' son, which is named Mutt, but his real name is Henry Jones III, after Indiana Jones' father. But still, I don't mind Shia LaBeouf as the son of Indiana Jones. There's something missing about him that they didn't push along with Indiana Jones. The best parts of this movie is when Marion, Indiana Jones, and Shia LaBeouf's character are together. And the action scenes are really good in some of those senses. I like the beginning with Harrison Ford swinging through the storage area, and I like that. I did like the character Jonesy, but I say the ending was terrible. I think they tried to do a redo of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where basically a supernatural thing basically destroyed a villain. But Raiders of the Lost Ark has certain classic moments to this, because it was during that time and it was one of the first, and that was pretty special. But doing this over in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull with Kate Blanchett's character and her basically burning to a crisp by aliens, there's nothing really special about it. There's just like, oh, bring something new to it. Bring something fresh. Brings a little bit old school and something new, but I think they focus too much on the old school in some ways, but they added some really quirky parts that doesn't make Indiana Jones Indiana Jones. They need to balance it. Overall, I was really disappointed in this film. Out of a 10, I gave this a 7 out of 10. I do not dare put it under 6.5, even though I feel like I should, because it's Indiana Jones, and I had to appreciate Harrison Ford for coming back. And there are some good moments in this, and I only put this on my top 50 Indiana Jones moments, some of the moments. And overall, it's a disappointment. I'm just going to say this. It's a disappointment. So again, the worst of the Indiana Jones movie is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, made in 2008. Not that great of a film. Sorry, people, for their least favorite Indiana Jones film, but either way, it's a classic. It's an ultimate classic. 1981, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Great film. It's a classic. It's a classic. I'm not blaming it. I just didn't like the ending too much. It's not my favorite ending of them, but it had my favorite beginning of all Indiana Jones film. Great beginning. Solid. Now, I can't really decide what's number 1 or number 2. But I'm going to put number 2, Temple of Doom, because overall I love this entire film. I love the beginning, I love the middle, I love the end. Even like some of the parts of Willie were annoying at the beginning, then it gets more fun and more interesting, and I love the scenery, I love just the jungle, I love jungle scenes. Desert I could live without, but still, I love this entire film. So, yeah, number 2 on the list. And number 1 is none other than Indiana Jones and Last Crusade. What can I say? Such classic moments. We had more of Indiana Jones' past, how he became Indiana Jones, more of his relationship with his father, more epic moments, return of old characters, Sala, Marcus helps out. Funny, it had some great comedy moments, a great story, great locations, Venice, Cairo, and not Cairo, it was beginning of the Portuguese coast, and okay, it was in Venice. I forgot the other place. Maybe it's in Cairo. I'm not 100% sure about the land area that was there, but still, I love this entire film. So yeah, number 1. Alright, everyone. This is the JJ Movie 2 Social Game Reviews. Let me know what y'all think. This is Jalees. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.